Audio on demand from Vision Christian Media. Want to win in life's challenges? To know the will of God and have more passion for Him? Practical help right now with Tak Bhana and Running with Fire.
Thanks for joining me today, and I want to talk about a subject that is very dear to my heart, and it's all about the fire of God. And I hope that resonates with you, and if you don't think you have much fire, hey, this message is very specifically for you. Years ago when I was at Bible college, and there was three of us in my flash Ford Escort car. I think it was about 1300 cc's, so not that powerful, but we got some fire out of it. But we were in the Bible. We'd been learning the song at Bible college called "Let the Fire Fall." So we're going along in my Escort. We're singing, "Lord, let the fire from heaven fall." Anyway, we stopped at the side of the road and to talk to some other people who were in a car behind us. But a drunk driver hit my car from behind and hit the petrol tank, and the car went up in flames. The fire from heaven, well, let's say not from heaven, but the fire did fall. We all dived out of the car, one from the back seat because it was only a two-door car, went out the front window and got out with some minor injuries and minor burns. The car was a write-off. The fire did fall. Romans 12:11 says this, "Never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor serving the Lord." You know, the Greek word for fervor refers to temperature, and it means boiling for liquids. That's how fire in us should be boiling, like a kettle's boiling away, or glowing for solids. That's the zeal God wants us to have. He wants us to boil. He wants us to glow. It says we're to never be lacking in zeal. That's a challenging statement. Never. Not for a year. Not for a month. Not for a week. Not for a day. Not for an hour. Never. That's a challenge that God puts at us. Now, this is a real big challenge in what is in most places today's somewhat lukewarm church. So we've got to go against the tide of complacency. And we've got to remember that maintaining the fire is our responsibility. It's not God's responsibility. It's our job. Some of you know about the great general of the Salvation Army, William Booth. Had worldwide impact. So he's on his deathbed, and his followers are surrounding him, and it's almost like they're asking for final words of advice. Now, when someone is dying, what they say, their last words, is kind of like what means the most to them. And those words are going to echo through the lives of the listeners, hopefully for many, many years, if not decades. This is what the great general said. You ready? He said, "Tend to the fire, for the nature of fire is to go out." Isn't that true? You go out in the woods or go out at home, you've got a fire that's, still the old school, throw the wood on and all the rest of it. If you stop tending to the fire, you can be sure it is going to go out. So it takes daily effort on our part. And many of us have seen Christians, and look, you can think of them, on fire, they're in church, they're serving, and the next thing they're, where are they? The fire has gone out. Why? Because they did not tend to the fire. They didn't look after the fire. And so there's something that's really important that you and I have to do on a daily basis. Look after the fire. Do you know we get out of shape with God? Don't we? Things, we develop attitudes. Have you got any right now? Here's my question. What shape are you in with God right now, today? If you have to give your score 0 to 10, what would it be? It's a good question to ask, isn't it? Because we get offended. We don't forgive. We stop serving, stop pursuing the call of God upon our lives. So my goal for this message is to help us get back in shape, to have fresh fire. And if we've already got plenty of fire, hey, I pray that you'll get some more fire. So let's start with an audit. Here's the audit. How's your fire today? Give yourself an honest assessment, because that's the key to progress. And I believe God wants to refresh you and revive you and give you more fire than you've ever had in your life before. Leviticus 6:13 says this, "A fire shall always be burning on the altar. It shall never go out." The fire of God in our lives should always be burning.
Tak Bhana is the Senior Pastor of Church Unlimited in Auckland, New Zealand. For more information, to make contact or to listen again, look for Running with Fire at our website, vision.org.au. Thanks for taking time to listen to this audio on demand from Vision Christian Media. To find out more about us, go to vision.org.au.